When people talk about environmentalism, the topic of clean energy will certainly come up. In Taiwan's Penghu, because of the strong wind and fierce sun that buffet and bake the islands, the area is perfect for developing renewable energy. The government has earmarked Penghu to become a low-carbon island in the next 5 years. However, as we find out in our latest feature from Penghu, being low-carbon means more than just using wind and solar power. It is a whole way of life.
这等到较无风啊吼。
看冷，心冷啊，太作业。
Handmade noodles pulled thinner than human hair and dried outside are a Penghu specialty. This is Shuwei, the site for a nearby wind farm. Another location is Shiyu Island. When island hopping around Penghu, the one thing that stays constant is the wind, which is why the remote fishing islands are about to become the center of a low-carbon scheme. The Penghu County government has applied to build 11 new wind farms.
I heard about that. I think they're going to stop building them from Zhongtun and go along the coast.
Unlike the proposal to turn Penghu into a gambling resort, most islanders are not very familiar with the low-carbon plan. However, when local people talk about their hardships, they say they are blown by the wind and scorched by the sun. Now those ordeals could be made into opportunities.
We don't much like the casino, but wind generation is not bad. With wind power, we'll get an income.
After the casino referendum, there's a growing consensus that this is not a suitable place for that kind of large-scale development. We really need to connect with the land and nature in a sustainable way. We believe wind power is one way.
There is no firm definition of what makes a low-carbon island, but cutting emissions has to be top of the list. Wind power may be one way, but other voices are asking how environmental sustainability will be achieved.
I'm really looking forward to this energy policy. But when promoted here, we still have to see how it impacts the natural environment.
Now the low-carbon island is an issue, but this was always a low-carbon island. It's not a good place for large-scale development. Its original appearance should be preserved.
This view is also very reasonable. Denmark's Samsu Island, which has an area of 114 square kilometers and a population of 4,000, is held up as a model for renewable energy development. Yet, it has only 11 turbines on land and 10 out to sea. Compared to Penghu, which has a slightly larger area of 124.9 square kilometers, but a population of 80 to 90,000 people, the draft proposal is for 11 wind farms of 84 turbines. Some Penghu natives are already counting the wealth that could be coming to their hometown.
There should be several hundred megawatts, perhaps 400 to 600. If you include offshore wind power, then about 600 megawatts is possible. The value that we'll produce in a year is in the hundreds of millions.
But are more turbines and bigger profits really desirable? Including Taipower's current 14 turbines, there will be a total of 98 wind generators on Penghu. Before opening Pandora's box, perhaps we should ask what exactly is meant by low carbon.
We're worried Penghu will be covered in wind turbines for the sake of low carbon. But there's more than one way to be low carbon. It should be a way of life.